Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
They all said hello.
Hello, Corey's mom.
They said hello, Corey's mom.
You feeling better, Mrs. Corey's mom?
This is Doom's mom. Mama Doom.
Doom
Mama
talked about
Doom.
it before.
Mama Doom.
Mama Doom. She brings the
Mama
doom.
say, Mama sa, Mama husa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the Noisecast. Take a seat and just listen up, you dumbass. We're gonna talk about stuff and shit, and when we're all done, maybe you can suck our lollipops. Ah, cool, baby. What, you expect me to say like dick? Or wiener? Wiener. Sweet, dude.
Thank you, Zodiac Escobar, once again for providing that sweet, sweet intro. We really appreciate those beats. And ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Noisecast with us, the Noise Boys. I'm the handsomest Noise Boy, Skoringo of the West Side, and with me are my good friends who will hopefully also flex upon themselves with some pros. Go ahead with some self-love, guys.
Hey, I'm Zeromaster, the noise boy from the north, and my positive note is I dropped 35 pounds in 1 month.
Oh, rock on.
Also,
Skinny
I have
boy.
a sick recording of Corey's mom that we might get Jordan to edit at the start of this.
Hell yeah, Corey's mom. Hey, I'm Jordan Lobagboogurgula. I'm not going to give my actual fucking last name up on the podcast, but anyway.
Great googly boogly.
Great boogly googly. And I'm from Australia. And yeah, I feel like life is good right now, and that's my positive about myself.
Killer.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Doom, the noise boy from you-know-where, in the spot on the compass.
From the West.
And my positive thing is batteries.
Oh yeah,
Those are technically positive. You know what? All right, cool. So, on today's
Also,
podcast,
Charles,
we have
pause
a
for 2 seconds. Can you
What's up?
let some people get a couple good intros in before you just kill the best entrance? Now everybody's gonna sound bad moving forward.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah,
God damn! All right,
Charles,
I'm sorry.
Charles,
Jeez,
you
this
did
is my
very
first
fucking
time.
well.
It was very
that was
Very sensitive.
Also,
boy, but
let Chuckles introduce our fucking
Yes.
guest.
yes,
Yeah,
we have a
good
very
idea.
special guest here with us today. He's a very good friend of ours. I haven't talked to him in quite some time actually, but he's a good boy.
We're fixing that right now.
We're fixing that right now. Going to be a lot of catching up.
podcast
Please welcome to the Noise Boys podcast, BruddaKirby. Kirby.
What's up, Noise Boys? It's your brother from the South. How you doing?
The American
Hey.
South, not the more South than Jordan. But
So are you guys saying
The voice
south
of the
or
Jordan.
south?
South.
real quick.
South.
He's from the south, not the south.
From the South.
the
Yeah.
South.
You have to enunciate the OU. The South.
Very important.
very
Kirby, when did you
important.
become a
From the
cleric
South.
in a video game?
Oh, you know what? That's fine. Just because I've been playing Final Fantasy 14. Finally got to actually play it, and I've been playing White Mage. So yes, I am the cleric.
So that's
I
why
just-
you're talking like a mystic. Or was that William Shatner? They're kind
No,
of the
that's
same
William
thing.
Shatner.
They're kind of the same thing, right?
And then Jeff Goldblum walks in going, that's chaos theory.
You see, you took it, you took it, and you packaged it, and you shipped it, and you sold it before you even knew what you had. I am utterly convinced that Goldblum. I can't. My brain blinked on his name for a second. He doesn't act as his characters. His characters act like him. Like him and
I believe
That's
it.
big truth right there.
He's a very good method actor. It's like a reverse method acting. He has to act like himself.
like Jeff
Method
Goldblum
man
and like
acting.
in Thor Ragnarok. It was just him in his bathrobe, just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys
I
ever
believe
see
it.
Jeff Goldblum have to play Jeff Goldblum in the Tim and Eric $1 million movie?
Jeff Goldblum.
I haven't seen that yet, but I really
So
want
like
to.
he's only in like the very first part of the movie, but he's like doing his things like, hi, it's me, Chef Goldblum, and it's just who he is turned up to like a billion. He literally was playing the joke that everybody makes about him.
That's amazing.
I have to see that now.
Great.
Who else but Goldblum, y'all?
Who else but Quagmire?
Fantastic. So before we get into some topics, Kirby, tell us a little bit about yourself. Get the audiences warmed up. Let's break the ice a little.
All right, my name is BruddaKirby. I've went through so many names, but everyone knows me as just Kirby. I've been like almost a year ago, maybe 2-3 years ago, I came up to this philosophy that everyone just needs to chill out. And so I've been keeping that kind of persona now where I don't get mad, I don't get angry as much as I used to. And
except on my streams when you decide
Dude,
to
I played
rant.
League of Legends with him. I've heard him mad.
yeah, okay.
He's trying. He's
I'm trying,
He's
but
on the right path.
I've actually stopped.
Yeah.
I've actually stopped playing that game less and less. But I had to go back and
Thank
play
fuck.
it today because they buffed one of my champions that I play, and I was like, yes, I got to do this.
But no one ever heard me say I told him so. Until now, when I said I told you so.
But no, I've been trying to cut out a lot of just negativity in my life because even if not, I'm okay with where I'm at in my life and stuff like that. I need a lot more positivity around me, and I try to share that with everyone. Asking them how they're doing, how what's wrong, have them lean on the shoulder if they need someone to talk to, or just joke around with them. That's just how I've been feeling for the last couple of years, and it's been paying off. I've marketably, I'm a lot happier than I used to be back when I was younger, back when 2009 was a rough year for everyone.
Oh boy,
man, was I even born back then? Yeah, I was.
You're
Okay.
not that fucking young.
That was
Jordan.
10 years ago. That's when
Yeah, but-
I started K-On! Abridged. What the fuck have I done with my life?
Oh
Yeah,
my
you're
god!
here.
And
You've
no,
made it.
2009. 2009 was literally the year where I fucking was like, oh, I love K-On! Abridged by Zeromaster. I wonder if one day I'll ever meet him.
Zero, you've made it to this point, man. You're here. This is the Noise Boys. This is the best.
You're
It's the
here
Noise
and you're
Cast.
queer and you're going to drink all of our beer.
Yeah. Come on,
That's
man.
me
This
bad.
podcast is great. Great people. We got the illustrious BruddaKirby. It's exclusive in Ecuador. It's going to be great.
Oh, so that's where we are.
That's
That's where we are. I was wondering.
We're not.
We-
Doom keeps thinking this is going to happen. He made a whole tweet thread making up basically his fan fiction. And
This is
I
the
had to
longest
shut him
fan
down.
fiction in the
Thing.
world. Fuck Smash Brothers. This is the longest one now.
Well, if I
Yo,
can,
okay, let's not talk about that.
if I can,
Oh,
Yeah.
I have an update. I have an update from that. CJ officially quit reading that.
Oh my god,
he-
really?
I think he
knew
got,
was the...
I think he got like over 100 chapters deep, and he's like, no more. Like this month, he just quit. He's like, I'm done.
wow.
He'd gone all year reading that fucking Smash Brothers thing, and he's like, nope, now I'm done. I'm not doing this
Wait,
anymore.
what?
That is hilarious.
So there was this one night when I was talking to Brandon and CJ. They were fucking around on fanfiction.net. This is what Brandon does to people.
It's
he gets
typical.
he gets them into rabbit holes, and
I
like
Oh god,
So,
DeviantArt
like-
comes to mind.
and like so CJ found this him and CJ found this Smash Brothers fan fiction that has been updated for over 15 years, like regular
It's literally
updates.
the longest piece of literature in the world.
Oh,
It's the Smash Brothers Bible.
oh.
Yeah.
No, but it's like basically in the records that this is the longest piece of literature. A
Oh.
fucking Smash Brothers fanfic.
No.
And,
that
and
disappoints
he's
me.
been reading it, and he would give us
Yeah.
updates about all the ridiculous shit in it. And then like I think I remember at one point we found out. I'm like, so how far along are you? He's like, well, if I do the math, he's like, I'm maybe a quarter done.
Oh my god, yeah.
He got that
I
far.
never
before
want to
he
hear this
was
guy
like,
talk
fuck it.
shit about anybody for liking Chris Chan. That's all I'm going to
'Cause
say.
We've dropped the bomb again. Here's Chris Chan.
There he is.
Can we
He's
get-
on the
can we get-
screen. Bye.
Can we get?
Here he is.
I'll put him on the screen.
I'm working on it.
Hey, I'm here. Sometimes I'm not here.
Chris Chan, when did you get here?
I don't know. I've said you dropped in from East Texas. Where do I live again? I forget.
Where do I live again? Oh,
He
that's,
forgot where he
He
lived.
lives in our hearts.
that's the
He
fake
does.
Chris Chan quote of the century right there. Where do I live?
I'm glad.
But just going back to what we were originally saying, something I just want to say is, so Kirby here is a fellow streamer and YouTuber, and listen, I'm just gonna say this because I know we've got an audience of 40,000 people potentially.
Why do you always have to bring
This
that
guy
up?
is 20 sub. This guy is 20 subs away from being able to get his own YouTube username. 20 random people, please just sub to him. Just do me that favor.
Go
You know
check.
what?
I'll never ask you for anything again.
I'll wave the link around and then I'll put it down below. I always put the guests up the top of the description anyway.
Okay, and
You
Jordan,
know how
I want
your
you to
fans are
spin
in
it.
reading the description.
Yeah, they fucking don't, right?
Just put the words "read the description" all over the chat. I don't
will
care if you have to
name
make
the
20
episode-
layers.
I will literally name the episode "Read the
I
Description"
was
if
just
we
about
really.
to say.
I don't care if you have to put "read the
Really
description"
want-
and 20 new video layers. I want that in there.
Yeah, it'll happen.
I want a bridge series
Just-
behind
just-
nothing
Future
but
future Jordan at 3 a.m. editing. Fuck you, Zeromaster.
Fuck
Just-
you, Zeromaster 96.
just a bumper in just the middle of the podcast. The following is a fan-made parody.
Yeah, we might as well. Does anybody actually still
go
do
all
that?
in.
I don't think so.
Does anybody actually still do the disclaimer thing?
I
Because
don't
I'm
think
actually,
It's
I'm thinking of dropping it from my things now, and
The,
maybe
the
just
one
putting
time
them-
I got people to listen to read the description,
Mm.
was when I said, I was like, no, nobody fucking reads these. I don't know why I'm bothering. And then I got a bunch of comments being like, hey man, I read the disclaimer every time. I'm like, and they're like,
Yeah.
people telling me, fuck you. I'm
I
like,
don't understand.
No,
how
you
okay,
don't.
But here's the thing. They read the description, but do they do as it says?
Yeah, they don't.
Look,
No.
like,
Yeah, I
comment,
don't know.
subscribe, show your mom the podcast. Shout outs to my mom, by the way.
Ring-
She's listened to a couple
who's
of
also
these.
one of our biggest fans, I guess.
That's where the
Hello.
t-shirts were
Yes.
coming from, dude. Where everything goes back to Ecuador. And it's all a bit from,
No, it
from a
doesn't.
Stream
Did-
Zero did, where it was just
Did-
me
does-
and him, and the joke came up. And it was
Did
very
Zodiac
funny
Escobar-
for what it was.
Did Zodiac Escobar get my notice? He probably didn't.
Dude, I haven't heard from him in
Uh,
a while.
Are we like? I gotta talk to Zodiac Escobar. Are we gonna keep the same intro? Or we're gonna hype it up a
No,
little.
we're
and
gonna
change
keep it. That
gonna-
motherfucker keeps trying to get us to remove it, but I'm like, no, we're keeping
Dude,
it.
don't make people
Yeah.
have to go back and watch so many Zero Stream clips to make this canonically thing with that.
There's lore to this podcast. Did you know?
There's a deep lore to this podcast. If you're not up to date, it's your fault.
It's like the Filthy Frank lore, but we need to make a novel at the end of it as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we can.
This is only arc one of it. Like
Instead of the Francis of the Filth,
this is
the noisest of the
prequel, dude.
boys.
This is
the noises of the boys.
I was sitting there just
The noises of the boys.
I was just sitting there thinking this was the prequel, and I said, "Oh God, does that mean that the four condiments of the apocalypse is basically the scene with Anakin and Padme being awkward?"
dude. Don't bring that. Don't bring up the four condiments of the apocalypse.
Don't. I have a new stream clip going up about that.
Yo, for real.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that trailer for the new Star Wars movie. Does anyone give a fuck at this point?
I'm
I'm just ready to see it end.
You
Yeah.
know
Oh,
what?
it's it's gonna end.
yeah. In quotations, end. There's another like six
It's gonna
movies.
it's
I'm
gonna
pretty
end
sure.
for me because
Oh yeah.
this new
get it.
trilogy, like with the exception of the previous movie, has been bad so far.
No, actually,
Yeah,
I really
like-
fucking hate it. I actually like
Yeah.
I like the Force Awakens. I
I
hated
hated
the
the
last
Force Awakens. I remember having a long sit in my car after watching that movie and going, "Huh. Well, I've now seen a Star Wars movie that I think was shit.
But you already
And
saw
then-
the prequels, so you can't say that.
I didn't think any of the
General
prequels were
Grievous
bad."
is the best character
General
out of all of the
Grievous.
Star Wars.
General Kenobi, your lightsaber will make a transition to my collection.
fucking very old.
General Grievous gonna be running for governor. He is.
So,
Mr.
but like
Grievous,
when I
what
saw
are
The Last Jedi and saw that one thing that I really hated about this new Star Wars culture and everything is people making those videos like, who is Snoke? Is Jar Jar a fucking like Sith
Jedi?
Lord? Like making all those theory videos. And my
Jar
favorite
Jar
part was
starts
Ryan
with
Johnson
J.
basically
You know
going,
what else
hey, all
starts
those
with
theories
J?
you have, fuck your theories. I thought that was great.
I
think theory crafting and shit is very.
I'm just really like I'm just really scared because J.J. Abrams is doing the 9th one, and I feel like he's gonna make Rey a Skywalker, and I'm like, no.
Did you say
there are other Jedis?
Did you just say Jar Jar Abrams?
Yeah, Jar Jar Abrams.
Jar Jar Abrams.
Leave Jar Jar Abrams alone. He made my favorite
Misa
movie.
make good movie. Misa make blockbuster.
Actually, he made two of my favorite movies. Actually, or directed.
Okay,
two of
which
my
one
favorite
are?
movies.
Yeah.
Which ones?
I'm just tired of him and his fucking mystery box
I
bullshit.
kind of like his
Oh.
mystery box bullshit.
His mystery. You know what it is? It's lazy writing. It's so he doesn't have to write
hey,
something.
man.
Anyway, by the way, my two favorite movies or two of my favorite movies are 10 Cloverfield Lane and the OG Cloverfield.
Cloverfield,
I
yeah.
love
Okay,
the
that's
movie
fair.
Cloverfield. It is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time, and I will defend that.
I feel like you're only giving 10 Cloverfield Lane a pass because it has the word Cloverfield in the
Well,
title.
no, I thought that was a genuinely good movie. It's a shitty movie in the Cloverfield universe, but it's
it's a,
not
like, good
worse than the
follow-movie.
fucking Cloverfield paradox.
When are they gonna make?
fuck the Cloverfield
When the fuck
paradox.
are they gonna make another Cloverfield movie where it's another fucking giant monster?
Well, it's not what they set it up, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. If you watch that shitty Cloverfield paradox movie, you get to see the big monster again. So,
Corey's
said-
in his element right now. He's very happy
yeah,
that
I'm in my
we're
fucking
talking about
box. I'm in my
Cloverfield.
mystery box right now, talking about Cloverfield.
He's in the mystery box.
Yeah.
What's in the mystery box? It's Corey.
Like
Speaking
I'm
of
just saying
speaking of mystery boxes, the whole loot box debate has been getting more heated.
What's happening with that?
The
now?
latest thing that came out was Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft now require game devs to give the odds of how often you can get like rare drops and stuff from loot boxes.
yeah,
And like they have the ability to deny it in your game if they think it's unfair.
So like for example, well, I was playing Apex Legends. I know no one really likes that game, but they have like this. They have this new thing that they added, like it's like one part of the season. It's like a solos event, and you can buy these loot boxes that are 3 times expensive or 4 times expensive than the original ones, but they guarantee you either 50% an epic or 50% a legendary. So it tells you exactly what you're going to get in the box, but you're paying more. So it's like, well, you might as well just buy
What's the
5
point?
normal ones and then possibly get one anyway.
The funny thing is, a
I don't know
lot
why.
of mobile games that offer shit like that have been doing that for years, but apparently
Yeah.
on console, that wasn't an idea they thought of.
And
Yeah.
that's the thing about mobile. It's kind of in the Wild West, like because there are games now that have ESRB ratings on there,
Yeah.
but like it's been a slow burn for that. But speaking of the ESRB, now they're cracking down. It's going to be included as one of the criterias now.
I don't like these
For-
fucking boxes. There, I said it.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Like,
Yeah, I mean,
The cosmetics.
When
Yeah.
it's just cosmetic, I don't
I
care.
was hyped.
Yeah,
When
but
it's something where you get
something
an
where I'm literally
advantage.
like, okay, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah,
About-
if
yeah.
it gives you an advantage in the game,
Yeah, no.
then that's when it's
Like,
bullshit.
that's what
basically
fucking
like
proves
stupid.
what Overwatch did to all of us as far as gambling addicts go. Because, like,
That's-
how many people just picked up that game again because there were new skins?
Yeah, literally.
I mean, that's
everyone.
basically why I keep going back to it.
Also,
But
yeah.
Kirby, what were you gonna say?
Well, in terms of this particular, question is, what it boils down to is loot box ethical. I'm kind of like on the fence on it, actually.
Hmm.
Like,
I-
go ahead.
no
Sorry.
other
Also-
thing can do what video games is doing right now. Can you picture
Yeah.
if you bought like the new Tool album, but you only got like a third of it, and you had to loot box
yeah.
the rest of it?
Yeah, a whole third of it would still be at least 7 hours long, but yeah.
Can you picture if you
Or
tried
no,
to
no,
get,
no,
like,
what
a
you-
new
no,
movie,
even better.
and that was the concept?
Yeah.
Even better, like you buy the new Tool album, but it's a mystery box. So you get, you pay
You may
99
get,
cents.
like,
You get
5
one
old
song.
songs and then
No,
one
no,
new
it's
song.
99 cents. It's one song off the album, and then you pay another 99 cents to get another random song, and you could get the same song
Wait,
again.
pause. Wait, I shouldn't have used Tool as the example for this because that does sound like some shit Tool would do.
Yeah.
Tool, please don't use this idea. It is
No,
a
the
bad
album's
idea.
already slotted to come out at the end of the month.
Maynard, come on the podcast.
Yeah, Tool, come on the podcast.
Yeah, again,
Yeah, let's
here we
do a
are
Tool
talking
episode.
about bringing other people on a fucking podcast, but we have.
When we have another guest with us, Mr. Kirby.
Yeah,
what are we
Mr.
doing,
Kirby.
guys?
I've
Mr.
never known a
Kirby.
Mr. Kirby. I've known a BruddaKirby.
No,
Okay, but that was, you have to understand that was also a name that I went by at some point.
Mr.
So
Kirby is my father's name.
Call me BruddaKirby.
He called me BruddaKirby.
I just now pictured in my head Kirby with a top hat and a monocle when you said that, Jordan.
Mr. Well, it's like Mr. Skoringo. That was Charles's father.
That used to be a thing.
Yeah, but-
Charles's
and then I was
father
like, you
was
should
Mr.
change your
Skoringo.
name to Doctor.
And that's why we called Doom's
Yeah.
mom Mrs. Doom.
That's her
Yeah,
Twitter.
Mrs. Doom, yeah.
It's her Twitter. It's,
Is it really?
It's Mama Doom.
Is it
really?
actually?
Yeah, no fucking way.
She doesn't know
I'm
how
gonna
to
follow
fucking
your
use
mom on Twitter.
but it's kind of funny.
So you just made it Mama Doom. Or did she do it?
I made her Twitter for her.
Okay, it makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
You can be vague posting on that too.
Isn't Aaron's dad's ego dad or something? I can't.
I
Oh,
don't
that
know.
guy with his boring goth wife? Yeah, whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
His fucking.
Jordan,
I'm not
edit
getting
that
into this
whole
discussion
part
about
out
you
with-
again.
Across the whole thing.
no, make it cheese Danish, but then stretch it to like where it's like the YouTube.
And now we've YouTube pooped our own podcast.
And also make sure to stretch the video so it looks weird.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Sorry. I'm pass it back to Chuckles, who's El Capitano this time.
So I wanted to bring up this topic because of something recently that happened. So let me ask you guys. We were talking about theories earlier. Y'all got conspiracy theories? Do you have at least maybe one? Like, you don't have to be conspiracy.
yeah, I got a
nut, but you
couple.
gotta.
I actually, one that came around today. My friend sent me this text about this outrageous dream he had that him and I were in, of these things that could never happen. And then I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about how everybody's having weird dreams right now. And I'm like, is someone using a dreamwave machine? Does that exist?
It's the
And why are
aliens.
they doing
It's
this
the
right
aliens.
now?
That's
It's Area 51
that's why they're
aliens?
trying to keep
Yeah.
us away.
They're calling for help?
What other kind of alien are there?
Yeah, there's
they don't keep
some
them in
there's
Area
aliens
52.
out there on our flat world. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a flat earther. Although
You've got one.
I don't believe in flat Earth, but I did listen to a couple of things that, like, it's sheer lunacy, but it's kind of an interesting thing to think about.
Yeah. Kirby,
a
what
fucked up
do
part
you
of
have
it.
any conspiracy theories or things that you possibly believe in that might be just, I don't know, outrageous?
I don't know. Like I guess I never really grew out of it, but I've always felt like ghosts were real.
Yeah, like that's something that I also
I believe in
can,
ghosts.
Yeah,
can
like-
agree with. Yeah,
like I'm-
to,
like-
to an extent, like
Yeah.
like that aura, that feeling
Same.
that someone's there.
Well,
Like
Like-
I'm laying in bed at night and suddenly something's touching me on my face. Like, what are you doing? Stop, ghost!
Sleep.
Actually,
sleep
there's
thingy.
a
one of
great
those types
ghost
of
story.
ghosts. Oh, I got
There's a great ghost story I
Molester
have
ghost.
that my a friend of mine, he actually had video proof of it. I don't know if he still has it on this phone anymore.
Shit. Well, yeah, there
But he
are
showed-
actually like proof of like
He
weird things
was
happening.
he was house sitting for a friend,
It's always
and-
that case.
and he was hearing sounds, so he happened to whip his phone out and shone the light on this piece of, like, I don't know what it was, a piece of metal in their kitchen, like it was like
Yeah.
a metal fridge or something.
That's called a fridge.
And-
yes.
and let's just say, like, he filmed it, and then we boosted the audio for it, and it was some kid going, "Help me!"
Ugh.
And the next part in the video is him picking up his keys and bolting it out of that house.
I don't blame him. Fuck
I
that.
would fucking leave.
If he
fucking
still has
leave
that
the
video,
whole
I'm gonna
house
ask
as
him
well.
Buddy, burn the house. Call the Ghostbusters and then burn the fucker to the
I'm
ground.
gonna
All the
ask-
Actually gonna
Ghostbusters
show
are
up.
inside.
and the funny thing is, the people he's house sitting for warned him. Oh yeah, the house has a ghost, like it's haunted, sort of. So you might hear strange
What the
things.
fuck? Oh my
And
god,
and he's
that's
like,
wait,
he's
wait,
like,
wait,
yeah, right,
forget
whatever.
about. That's like
He's like, yeah, right.
It's like, hey,
whatever.
can you house sit for me? By the way, I got 40 xenomorphs in the basement, and Mike Myers just occasionally comes out of the wall. And
no, wait.
I just don't tell people that.
Yeah.
Wait, which Mike Myers?
Austin Powers, Mike
Mike
Myers,
Myers,
obviously.
please.
He comes
Mike
out.
Myers.
Just comes
He
out.
pops out as the fucking left guru, and you run the fuck away because that movie's trash.
No. I still think it should be all three different Mike Myers: Cat in the Hat Mike Myers, Austin Powers Mike Myers, and Love Guru Mike Myers.
Yo,
And then the slasher villain Mike Myers.
Father, Son, the Holy Ghost.
Yo, the cat's got to be the Holy Ghost. That thing is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
I think he's horrifying.
See, ghosts are real. The Bible talked about.
Do you like making cupcakes without all the fucking cupcake work? I don't know what he says.
Kirby, do you have a ghost story?
No, but I do I remember a story, a supposed scary story that I was told when I was in, I want to say, elementary school, middle school. It's not safe for this chat. I had to explain that a little later, but it's stupid.
Come back.
But
Come
it has
back
to do
for
with
Halloween when we tell ghost stories again.
Oh yeah,
In
we'll make
Ecuador.
sure that's like actually a Halloween themed one when we do.
But Kirby,
But
you said
it-
you haven't had a real ghost thing happen to you, right?
Strange things has happened, and I usually attribute it to like just maybe just faulty electricity every now and then, or just you know something like that. Like I'll go downstairs and get a drink or something like that, and the TV will just randomly turn on.
See, because
that happens with my TV, but it's
the
it's
first
odd,
time I
like,
found out the TV shut off by themselves after a while, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, that scared the absolute
mine does that.
fuck out of me as well.
But the main thing I'm
It's
getting
like-
at is I am of the belief that if you don't have your own ghost story, you secretly want one.
Yeah,
Because I
believe it.
I feel like ghouls and
That's a-
ghosts and shit are they're cool as shit, and I think everybody kind of wants to, I don't know, maybe understand what the afterlife is, maybe, but I think ghosts are cool. I think everybody wants to have a ghost experience happen to them.
I actually remember one point when I lived in I think it was San Diego that I was living in. Like I was like a little kid. Like every couple of nights, like once every few months, there'd be I'd look outside my my bedroom door because my bed was positioned to where the bedroom door was. And I'm not just kidding you. I saw some Krampus looking motherfucker just walk into the bathroom. He had the horns and shit. It was creepy. He didn't do nothing. He would just go to the bathroom.
Yeah, that's
And
the
he
okay.
leaves the
So
bathroom.
that's the
Did you notice
scariest
when he
thing for
walked
me.
out that he didn't
That's
wash his hands or
fucked.
anything? Krampus, you nasty.
Yeah, I didn't hear a sink. I didn't hear any sink. He would just go in there
He
for a
washed his
bit.
hands in the toilet.
That's a nasty-ass Krampus, right?
The Krampus just went into the bathroom to get some Pepto-Bismol. Don't worry.
They gotta
Krampus goes in and take a
later.
piss, and he comes out.
The Krampus.
The Krampus.
He's got nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, and diarrhea. That's why it was in there. He had
Diarrhea.
to poop and he had the Pepto.
And then he walks out, and Charles just goes, "So I noticed you didn't wash your hands."
And he just goes,
And then
walks
no one
away.
heard from little Charles again as he was thrown away in Krampus's sack into
How the
hell.
fuck did
His
we just
ball
turn
sack.
his ghost story into a Family Guy bit?
That wasn't. It wasn't
That's
it.
really disrespectful.
So
So I know you didn't wash. No, she didn't wash your hands in the invisible sink.
Well, I mean, okay, so I'll tell you my sort of semi-ghost story / conspiracy. So I'll say my conspiracy thing right now. It's not really conspiracy, it's just something I believe in. I think that people can speak to you from the dead. I know that's but I think specifically in dreams they can, because the amount of times that because my grandfather passed away last year, God rest his soul. He would just appear in my dreams, but he would be in a wheelchair, and he never was in a wheelchair. So I guess he's just now, I don't know, made himself appear sort of crippled, I guess. I don't know why that my brain did that, but
Nah,
he's supposed to
man,
relax.
he's in that chair because he's waiting for the strength to grow wings and fly up with the rest of the angels.
yes. Exactly.
That was beautiful.
That's Jordan, where you're like, "Oh, hey, Grandpa."
That's exactly. Thanks, Grandpa. Thanks, Poppy. I call him Poppy. But yeah, no. That besides that, I've had a ghost story, but it's so fucking odd and particular. I was in probably grade 2 or 3, and I was sleeping in my bed, and I got up to get a drink of water, and then we had stairs in the old house that I lived in, and they were like very like narrow. But like I walked down the stairs, and it looked like Mr. Burns. It was very weird. It looked like Mr. Burns.
Smithers.
But he's like,
Come here, Smithers.
Smithers. Yeah.
Yo,
I don't know what he was
you
saying.
you were Smithers, bro?
No. You want Smithers? No. I was just walking down, and then just this Mr. Burns ass looking motherfucker just pops his head and goes, and then just like disappears. He laughed. I don't know why.
Is that like the laugh?
He
The
didn't
laugh
even
he did
sound
from
like,
the
but he didn't
episode?
even sound like Mr. Burns. He was like a clown. It was
Yeah,
like
dude. It's
weird.
because Dr. Hibbert.
And then
Wait,
I
wait.
did not get my drink
Wait.
of water. I went back upstairs, and
Jordan.
I never wanted to
Dr.
see it ever
Hibbert gave
again.
him the shots.
Jordan,
and
I have a
cracked his
very
back and he's
important
glowing
question.
'cause of the
What was the
radiation.
important? What's the important?
Okay, the way you did the laugh made me think of the episode where Mr. Burns is like he's surrounded in like light, and he has like this.
I
really
was
creepy
literally
smile.
just making
Corey
that.
just said
Thank
that.
you. I was
Oh
just
my
making
God.
that joke.
Yeah, he was just making the joke. But I
bring
wasn't.
you
That's the thing.
love.
When I was 7 years old, I didn't watch much Simpsons. So it must have been I watched like an episode maybe, and Mr. Burns' head was just sort of like in my memory, and I just thought of it up. But I swear I must have been sleep deprived or something, and I walked down, I just saw this little Mr. Burns head. But it was like a grey Mr. Burns, like an evil looking Mr. Burns. It was fucking weird.
Wait, there's
Anyway,
a
so-
Mr. Evil Burns.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he already looks fucking like sinister and like weird. Which is funny because he, like I mentioned in my like last podcast, not my last podcast, our last podcast.
Thank
my
you.
bad. That thank you, thanks for clarifying. That he's my favorite character. Like he's just genuinely fucking hilarious. But I don't know why I thought of old rickety grey Mr. Burns laughing like a clown, and it just sort of like. I won't say it scarred me or anything, but I always remember that weird Mr. Burns guy that appeared like in the side of the.
If it was
fucking-
actually, if he was laughing, he must have been imagining the crippled Irishman.
Oh, Mr. Burns.
I honestly.
God damn it!
Oh, Mr. Burns, Mr. Cortex.
Why is he Spanish now?
No,
Okay,
that's-
guys, I actually have
That's
a
N-gin.
Oh, yeah.
N-word gin.
N-word gin. Wait, Kirby, can we say that on the podcast?
No, we can't. Kirby's the only one who's allowed to say it. I like how this is gonna this might end up being. Hey Kirby, we're good for it. Can we get the N-word card?
No, I'm not actually
we
going to say
literally
the
just want-
N-word. It's just his name's N-word gin. That's why.
Oh, like it's engine. It's
N-gin,
engine.
yeah, but with
Gin, but the joke
N-word
was
gin.
N-word gin.
Wait. Wait, N-word gin, as in like a cross between the Tom Sawyer character and Engine from fucking Crash. He's like, you do not get to use that word, Mr. Crash.
Oh, Mr.
Wait,
Cortex.
this is a Family
I
Guy
heard-
joke again, but we just added N-gin.
Yeah, it is a Family Guy joke. It's like, can I use the? What does he say? Can I use the paddle N-word Jim? And like,
Yes, you may.
Yes, you may.
Oh, Crash, you shouldn't have said his word.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be about it all day.
Yo, I do have a real
Crash
spooky,
Bandicoot,
scary...
I swear to fucking Christ, if you ever say the N-word. Why is Cortex doing
Why is,
this?
why is he the ghost? Like in my ghost story,
I'm the ghost. Ooh. Oh yeah, what's your ghost
I have
story?
a very real spooky, scary story.
Please tell me it's about Engine.
No. So I was a wee little boy. I was probably like 5 or 6, and I was going to spend the weekend over at my buddy Richie's house. And Richie had divorced parents before I did, so he had all the cool shit before I did. And he had a Nintendo 64, and he went in the other room to play PlayStation late at night, and I went in the other room, and I put in the cartridge of a game that I thought was going to be fine. It was a copy of Cruisin' USA. But the label was covered in this red goo. And when I put it in and turned the game on, the car from Cruisin' USA's face was screaming at me. And then the cord wrapped around me. And then I died. And that was my very real ghost story, guys.
And then
It
Mario,
totally
didn't get that from
Mario
Crappy
looked
Pasta.
at me and he went,
That was my
Mario's
one.
Oh no,
he
cruising.exe.
He
All
bled
right.
at you.
He bled at
So-
me.
That's the
So,
most creepy
I have-
pasta thing I've ever heard.
Oh no.
So I have a way to bring it around back to the fact that you guys were doing Crash jokes a second ago. Did you guys hear about the bullshit with Crash Nitro Kart?
Oh yeah, the
we're back to those
microtransactions.
fucking
Yeah.
boxes again.
Yeah,
what's
the
his name?
microtransactions.
Fucking
He always comes back
Caddy
to those
did 2
fucking
videos
boxes.
about this shit.
Yeah,
and he
Caddy,
never makes
Caddy
videos of
Caress.
that.
Come on the
Everything
podcast,
is so
Caddy.
cyclical
Anyway.
on this podcast.
And like fucking people are like, it's fine, but they waited till the game was out and all the positive reviews were out, and then they added microtransactions.
Yeah,
It's
that's like a bit
that's
of a
really
dick move.
shitty.
It's a smart
And
way
people
to
are like,
do
well,
it,
you don't
but
have to pay the
God,
money.
It doesn't need
You don't have to pay the money,
really.
but then you look at this new whatever the fuck it's called, this Grand Prix or whatever, and the items are jacked up in price. So they did it
Yeah.
because they knew they were going to get people to spend their money.
Yeah, it's like a battle pass, essentially. All these games are starting to do little Fortnite battle pass things. And, like, I'm okay
Yeah.
with it if it's free, which it was, like, and it is still. Like, the Crash one is free. It's just you have the choice to now purchase.
But
things.
people have pointed out they jacked the price up on the new.
Yeah.
Oh, there is one.
items.
There is one bundle that's like 10,000 coins, which will take you like years to get, unless you don't pay for it with like actual money. You know what I mean? But-
Yet again, you can't. Why does how come video games can do this shit? But like, you can't
Yeah,
do
it
this.
is-
Well, they're
with
not
going to
be able to anymore if they just keep fucking around like they are.
Do you think it's
Like-
because like they realized video games were kind of like a niche thing? Like it's more accepted.
They're
now,
not,
but it's still
though.
pretty niche.
It's not a niche thing anymore. Yeah, like it's like
something
a
that
bigger
can be
industry than
updated
movies.
constantly,
Right,
and that's
but-
why they can do it and get away with it. I think.
But I would say like the demographic would be split between more people go and watch movies or listen to music than just play video games. Like I know all those
Yeah,
things are intermingling,
yeah.
but and do you think they're
I
like,
guess-
hey,
I guess
found
it'd
a way
be
to make
weird
more
if, like,
cash?
I guess it'd be weird if, like, let's say, like, I'm just going to use my favorite band as an example, Enter Shikari, like, just released a song, but it was a 3-minute song, but you could, in theory, pay an extra $1.50, and then the song becomes a 4-minute 30 song. You know what I mean?
was
Like, it
bringing
would
that
just
up
be really
earlier,
weird.
man.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you were, but, like, using just songs, for example, as opposed to, like, a whole album.
Or like you go to the fucking theater
Right.
and everybody who got a regular ticket is asked to leave partway through the movie.
that'll be the future. I can
That
just
would be
fucking see it.
the death of theater.
Because
Yeah, that will be.
it's only a
Ugh.
matter of time, I'd say. Because the reason I was saying video games are still like it is more widely accepted. I feel like more people are playing video games than not. But for the niche audience of people that I do think that play video games, you know, I think they were able to realize, hey, we can do this and make more money because we're not going to make as much money as people going to as like a movie or like, you know, a CD. Even though I'm sure maybe games probably sell more than CDs now, but
They do, 100%. I'm pretty
So,
sure. they do.
like, but that's
So there's like
But the point I'm trying to make is like, so they're kind of thinking like, yeah, we're kind of niche, so we can get away with this. Like, how long do you think until Hollywood looks at this and says, hey, the small guy figured something out that we haven't?
Yeah.
Give it some time.
well, I mean,
That's-
there's
I'm-
another
I
spin
dread
to
that
it,
day.
and like
Well,
I think Kirby will be able to participate in this too, especially because we both play Paladins. They did it the other way, where the game was free, and if you wanted to unlock characters, you had to pay, or
Yeah.
just
Well,
unlock them.
Well. Here's the thing. All the characters, and they do this not only in Paladins, but they also do it in Smite as well.
League.
You have the option to basically play the game with all the characters. It'll take a long time, but it is
Gives you incentive.
feasible
as well.
that. Yeah,
Hmm.
but if you really want to spend money and get all the characters and stuff like that, you can just pay this one-time fee, and all the characters you in the game is free forever.
Oh,
See, I
that's-
like
Even the
that.
ones that come
I
come
like
out.
that.
Okay.
yeah. It's
Ain't bad.
it's not a bad thing at all. I feel. I mean, like Overwatch is now like a $20 game, and you get free characters every 3 or 4 months that they release them. But the cosmetics are expensive and they're random. You can't just go and buy the one you want unless you have a lot of gold or whatever you've saved up for.
Yeah, I had to do
Right.
that
So-
for one of the skins I wanted.
Yeah.
Well, with Paladins, I don't think it's that much better. There are still loot boxes to get the stuff and
Yeah.
stuff like that. There's still the paid currency and stuff like that. The one thing I did appreciate that they did was that there were you get like another currency for beating like playing games. It's basically Mario coins, right?
Mm.
And if you did spend the money on the pack to get the character pack and stuff like that, they refunded all the coins you've already spent to get characters back to you.
Oh, that's good.
They kept track of it. They kept track of it. So, when I was gifted the money to actually, because it was my birthday, and I was gifted the money to get all the characters on Paladins. I need to get back to playing them. But I basically got all the money I spent on getting unlocking the characters from hours and hours of grinding.
Back, and then you could use them on cosmetics, etc. Right? Or
yeah, like small cosmetics that they were offering for that currency.
yeah,
which is not too bad.
Are the
Yeah, it's
cards
not
only unlockable, or can you get those in? I can't remember if you can get those in loot boxes or not.
What the cards?
Yeah.
No, the cards are always unlocked.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They used to do it where like you had to like level up to unlock them and stuff like that, but no, they're always unlocked now.
But yeah,
so
for those of you who don't know, one of the advantages Paladins has over something like Overwatch is you get power-up cards, and like you can use. They're not like so egregious that like you'll get a huge advantage from them, but it's enough to like if you need a little bit of a push.
yeah. Okay.
And I thought for a second maybe they were in loot boxes, but I wasn't 100% sure.
no.
Yeah.
Like the card system, I find is like the one thing that really does separate it from Overwatch, because it doesn't change how the characters play per se, but it does change how you handle certain situations. Like
Okay.
there's a character who's basically in a mech kind of like Diva. Her name is Ruckus, and
Ruckus?
I like Ruckus.
he's basically he's a tank. He's a tank. He gets a shield. He uses a minigun and stuff like that. You can modify it so he can be like this basically a turret, where he, like his shield is massive. His health is massive. He basically sits there and he eats up all the damage. Or you can modify it so, and this is what I do, where he loses some tankiness, but now he's more damaging. He's going out there.
He's more offensive. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I like the way that works.
So-
though,
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
That's
actually
interesting.
kind
It's
of
an
cool.
interesting take on what because let's be real, Paladins was sort of trying to be a carbon copy, and then they did their own thing.
Yeah.
Like they added their own spiffiness to it to make it like,
Yeah.
just like Battleborn.
not as.
That
Oh
actually,
my god, that game, I believe you can't even trade it in to places.
I got
'cause
the
they
collector's
refuse
edition
to.
for $5.
Rip in
Yeah,
peace, Battleborn.
Like
I actually believe that it was $2 Australian money at my EV games, and I was like, I could just get this because it would fill up my collection and make it look bigger, but nah,
no, you don't want that.
I would never play it.
I will.
I
say
still
this,
have a
though.
sealed copy of Resi 2 that I have not played. It's still in its like clear case, and I really want to play it, but I just haven't done it.
In the cellophane.
But I
Yeah,
think
still in the cellophane.
I think one of the things that, but back to my point about Overwatch, me and Jordan, Chuckles, Black Guy Andrew, other people would all play this game for a long time on PlayStation most nights. I'm sure there were other friends that popped in and out from either one of our PlayStation Network like friends, and we'd play that shit forever, and it was fun. And then it stopped being less fun, and that's when they started releasing all the new character shits. And then I couldn't believe how quickly it turned into, I'm only playing this because I want skins. I don't even like this game anymore.
Yeah, it's My friend, my housemate, he's obsessed with Overwatch. He loves it.
I think,
but he doesn't play it. He doesn't play it for the skins. He plays it competitively, like semi-competitively, and that's why I think there's no in between now. It's either you play it for the skins or you play it competitively. There's no fun aspect of it really.
I think
when it was us just making funny voices and making jokes and then yelling occasionally to get on the point and making fun of somebody else. Like,
yeah, that's pretty much
I
the
think
whole.
if I could chime in for a second, as somebody who regularly streams Overwatch, I mostly only play Overwatch now when there's an event on, because one, I want to see what new game modes they add, and two, I do want the skins, but also like it's enough time. Like I'll play Overwatch for the event, and then there won't be an event, and I won't play it for a bit, but then the next event will come out, and it'll be fresh enough that every time I go back to it,
and
that's
possibly
like
by that time there'll be a new character like Sigma. You know what I mean? Like it'll sort of
fucking Sigma from Mega Man X. God damn it!
I don't like that.
and he floats around and sounds like neocortex. It's weird.
He literally has the same personality as Sigma.
Crash Bandicoot or something you said before.
But like the thing is, like, it's interesting because I typically don't like those kind of games. I don't like first-person shooters. I know it's more of a hero shooter, but it's still a first-person style shooter. So for me to say keep going back to a game in a genre I don't really play a lot of says something about the game itself. Like, they're constantly making improvements and stuff to it. And I know people who play it all the time, and they tell me, you know, what things have changed and whatnot. And so, like, good on them for, like, first of all, like, continuing to update the game and make it better.
Yeah.
Rather than just like sitting on their, you know, loot box mountain. And also making the content that's tangible, like characters and stuff, free. Like all that shit is free.
That's probably they are the only game besides, I think, Crash now, because Crash adds free characters as well, Crash Team Racing and whatever. They're like one of the only games I know that add just free content. I mean, yes, Fortnite updates and gives you free new guns that you can play around with, but it's all randomized. You don't get to keep
so
these
sad
things.
because Epic Games no longer is putting any focus into fucking the new Unreal Tournament. Instead, they're putting it all in fucking Fortnite.
Because someone else is, well, I mean, it's making their money, I suppose.
What are you talking about, dude? There's new Gears of War coming out.
Yeah, but it's not by them. It's by some other company. I think they've taken... Yeah.
I don't fuck with the Gears of War series anymore.
Dude, Gears of War 2 was the only last good one, in my opinion. Gears of War 2 was the pinnacle of that fucking sort of franchise.
Working at GameStop when they had the trailer with that disturbed Sound of Silence fucking song every 2 minutes. Except it's Sound of Silence. Oh my god, fuck off.
Oh, fuck that fucking song.
My mom asked me if I'd ever heard of the band Disturbed.
That's Korn. That is fucking Korn. Not fucking Disturbed. Korn made a new good song. It's actually really good.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe you.
No, it's Cold. It's very good. It's actually fucking really good.
Is it Cold with a K?
No, I wish.
Fucking shit. K-O?
It's called with a Q.
Backwards lowercase L-D? That's the song.
Speaking of new songs, have you guys heard the new Sum 41 track?
Yes.
What year are we living in?
I can't believe what I just heard.
Right? No, dude, actually listen, it goes pretty hard and it ain't bad.
And you know what? That was just as bad as me finding out the Bubba Sparks still raps.
What?
Super Nintendo. Sega
Wait, hold on.
Miss New Booty rapper is still shaking Miss New Booty out there in the world.
Yes.
Shout outs to Bubba Sparks.
I love it. I'm sorry, Charles. To answer your question, no, I have not heard this new Sum 41
Please
song.
tell me
But I just love
the
how
new Sum 41 song.
I just love how.
Okay, it's actually
you guys heard about it.
I'm actually not gonna lie. Listen. It actually goes a lot harder than some of their other stuff, and
it's actually really fucking good.
It's really fucking good, and it's like they haven't changed a bit, if that makes sense. It's just good. A little harder.
Yeah, I remember. Last year when I went to Warped Tour, they were doing they're playing because of the anniversary of Does This Look Infected? So they played all songs off that album, and they literally were like, "So we heard this was going to be the last Warped Tour. We were in the middle of writing our album. We're like, fuck that." Let's go to Warped Tour.
Oh, wait, it's the last Warped Tour?
Last year was the last Warped Tour, unless you live in one of the major cities that it originated from. So if you live in California, you can go to Warped Tour, but
California. Well, it looks like I'm
but
going
it's
to
no
California
longer
to see
like
the Devil
last
Wears
year was the
Prada
last.
playing
Last year was the last
song.
time it officially was actually a Warped Tour, which makes me sad, and that's why I wanted to go last year.
Yeah, no,
but
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that they're like they've been working on the album for a while, and they dropped everything last summer
to play Warped Tour. Well, that makes sense too, though. I mean, like Warped Tour is like their home essentially, wasn't it? Like they just played.
Also, the guitar player from fucking Gob joined them, which makes me happy because I love Gob.
What is Gob?
The punk band Gob? You've never heard of Gob?
I've never heard of Gob.
The song Soda, I want to jump in a lake.
Nope.
That shit, fuck.
Doesn't ring a bell, unfortunately.
All right, fucking. What about that song "Give Up the Grudge"?
No.
I feel
that's like one of their most popular songs. What about "I Hear You Calling"? I hear you calling for me out in the night. You haven't seen
we're just
that
gonna start
with the
singing
fucking
now?
with the zombie cheerleaders? God, Jordan, what the fuck did you
no.
listen to growing up?
Bro, I listened to the best band, fucking Dance Gavin Dance and Enter Shikari.
Wait, hold on. Let me try that again. I said growing up, like in elementary school.
So when I grew up and listened to music in elementary school, I listened to fucking like Black Eyed Peas and Foo Fighters and shit, like really just generic.
Fuck.
Foo Fighters aren't that generic.
Except Queens of the Stone Age. That was my favorite band when I was a kid. And they are probably still one of my favorite bands right now. Queens of the Stone Age has always been an incredible band.
I feel totally lost here because
I was going to say Kirby, like what? Like Kirby, what kind of music do you fuck with now, and what music do you listen to when you were growing up?
Yeah, let's do grown up to now.
Growing up
to now.
Like,
okay, let Kirby talk. You fuck.
Zero just got
growing
really mean.
up, you know,
Zero
like
apologize.
you know what?
Let
I'm
Kirby
not
talk.
even-
Jesus.
He has me muted. That's okay.
Yes, yeah, keep on going. Sorry.
No, I grew up like every other African American kid growing up. We listened to rap. We listened to a lot of West Coast hip hop, East Coast hip hop, and stuff like that. Was big on whatever we could pop in the cassette tape. And my mom exposed me to some jazz and stuff like that. And growing up, I got into like classical music. You know, I was in the orchestra for a bit and all that kind of stuff. But you know, now I just listen to. I have two playlists. I have R&B. I listen to my R&B.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to my Midwest rap now because Tech Nine, Chris Calico, Ritz, Eminem, all that kind of stuff. That's what I still listen to because they kept their style over the years. They didn't jump on what was now and stuff like that. I occasionally listen to like some form of rock every now and then, but like heavy guitars aren't my thing anymore because like. There was a time where I was trying to get into like stuff like Disturbed and all the bands like that, and I was just like
dad metal.
I was just like it's not for me.
That's
and
fair
stuff like that.
Fair. Yeah.
It was like that month I tried to get into bluegrass and I regret everything.
Bluegrass is a hard one to get into.
It's funny, I never used to listen to much rap when I was growing up. I only wanted to listen to heavy stuff from like maybe 14 to like 19. I just was like, I refused to listen to anything that was like not metalcore, deathcore, like death metal shit. And then I just like sort of said, well, that's stupid. And I listened to like Radiohead and then like Radiohead, like Smashing Pumpkins, a lot of 90s music. But then I started like appreciating a lot of like 80s, like Depeche Mode and fucking what's the other one for some reason that I keep fucking forgetting?
Human League? No.
The one that
Clash?
did Blue Monday. New Order.
Oh, New Order,
New
yes.
Order as well. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of New Order. Like just like random shit from different time periods that I really like, even though it's not nostalgic for me because I was born in the 90s. But like, you know, I'd like appreciate sort of every little bits and pieces. And I mean, obviously my favorite bands are still hardcore bands. Like Shikari, I wouldn't say is hardcore really anymore, but Dance Gavin Dance and Shikari and like, I guess, what's another one I listen to quite a bit? Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But they're all sort of like hardcore-ish. Deftones is another one. Like, I'll always listen to Deftones. I think they'll always have that same sort of sound.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but I also appreciate rap. I mean, like, or whatever the fuck Death Grips is.
Yeah,
Like,
we still don't know. It's everything. Death Grips is life, bro.
When it comes to music now, it's come to I need something I can just kick back and mellow out to. I don't want to rock. I don't want to feel too energized and stuff like that because it's just I don't want to say I'm getting tired of club bangers because there was a phase where I listened to nothing but club bangers, and let me tell you, I do not like club music anymore.
Yeah, our club music here are like Kesha's "It's Going Down." I'm yelling timber. Like that's literally all they play here in my town. It's fucking terrible.
Oh, dude, that sucks, man. That song's like 5 years old.
It's not 5 years old. It's like 10 years old. That's how old that song is. And they only play shit like that. It's ridiculous.
I think you told me like a couple of years, like 2 years ago that Kendrick Lamar's song, what the fuck was it? I remember syrup.
Hey, I remember syrup sandwiches and
the syrup sandwiches.
That was number one.
Yeah,
that was literally number one on our hottest
The
100.
fucked up thing was like, I was like, yeah, dude, it was number one here like a year ago.
Yeah, it was.
Christ.
Yeah, that's it's weird, right?
There's
It's very
weird trends in Australia, like I think like
we
I think their pop radio is like a couple years
at
behind.
one stage. Yeah, we had at one stage. Check Yes Juliet. I don't know what the band's called, but the song was called Check Yes Juliet.
That's some
Juliet, fuck my asshole.
We the Kings.
Oh, yeah.
I saw them. I saw them as well.
We the Kings. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Secret Valentine.
Anyway, so that band they released that song in 2009. It was only popular in our fucking country in 2012. It was 3 years later, and it was for some reason played on the radio so often. It must have been in a movie. It must have been on something, but they played it so often that we're like, this song came out like 2008, 2009? What the fuck? Like, it was on Rock Band. It was on Lego Rock Band, for fuck's sake. Like, it came out 3 years ago.
I mean, it's not that it's not that weird because, like, in Japan, they're like 10 years behind us in music. Like, fucking hair metal was popular in like 95.
Dude, I was walking past a big, like when I was in Japan, I was walking past a big, those big TVs on the fucking sides of the buildings, because I mean, let's be real, it's Japan. They were playing Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, like a whole concert.
Dude, they're a fucking metalcore band that sounds like a metalcore band from like 2003, but they're like really popular right now.
They were playing them on the bit, like you could hear the fucking screaming and shit. I'm like, Japan listens to some fucking hardcore shit in the public, like eye.
They're so fucking good.
Yeah,
I love
they are
them.
a really good band. I think didn't the guitarist or something, bassist die or something? Or pretty sure one of them passed away.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think you're thinking of a different group.
You are 100% right though about Japan being even further back than Australia, because I'm remembering now watching a Lamb of God like documentary from like it was like 2012. They'd only in 2012 in Japan they'd just gotten Ashes of the Wake. So yeah.
What the fuck? That's like 2004 or 5,
Jesus.
isn't it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god. They were playing the Kingdom Hearts the new Kingdom Hearts song a lot in Japan as well, like in convenience stores. I'm like, I like this is very nice.
I know
that makes a lot of sense.
I know we're bouncing around a lot, but I just want to say this real quick that lately my editing jams have been this band called Cassiope, which is like they're a Japanese like.
Why does that sound like a porn actress's girl's name?
No, PEA like a P, and Casio for like the brand of keyboard.
I was going to ask why does that sound
the reason
so familiar?
the reason it might sound familiar is because they were one of the bands that influenced Koji Kondo when he was writing music for like Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda and stuff like that. If you listen to some of Cassiope's music, you can hear the Mario and Zelda music.
Shout out to Koji Kondo.
Yeah, but Cassiope is actually they're really sick.
Okay.
They're if you want some like upbeat city pop style jazz, it's great.
I actually really like that shit.
Kerrang the Poodle.
What?
I was trying to deconstruct Koji Kondo again.
Koji Kondo. Koogly boogly. Count Dooku.
It's funny because you say that and stuff like that, but like you have like the Japanese mangaka
Hirohiko
Araki.
JoJo.
Yeah, he sits here and he does nothing but imports music from America just to listen to.
Yeah.
I mean, all the time.
I mean, that's why all the stands have weird like music have music references.
Music in movies.
Dio is fucking named after the fucking
when did JoJo's come out?
Dio.
1980. Okay, so the original manga came out in 1980, I think.
Okay, yeah. Dio is they're really far behind just based off of that.
Okay. Okay, but you gotta understand that there's a stand in.
No, sorry. The part that came out with Dio came out in 83.
Yeah.
No,
still old.
I was gonna say there's a stand in part 7, and actually, you know what? I can mention this because it has no bearing to the plot whatsoever because it does nothing. there's a stand in part 7 that's just literally named Hey Ya after the fucking
I know what
Black
you're
Eyed
talking
Peas song.
about.
Hey,
Oh my
Ya.
god.
Outcast.
Part 7 is my favorite part, so there's like, you
Nah,
brought up Hey Ya, I'm like, I know
Hey Ya.
exactly what you're talking about.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
it's funny. Like I was when I was watching
Is there
part
one
5.
called Sorry You're Not a Winner by Enter Shikari?
Hold on.
I wonder if
Hey Ya
you know
again?
what, Jordan? If you had a stand, it would be Enter Shikari.
Outcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I was saying Outcast.
Outcast.
But
I don't
no
know
one
why
was
my
hearing
brain
me, I
froze
guess.
on Outcast.
Outcast.
I was like, what was Big Boy and Andre 3000's group called again? Shit.
All right.
Actually,
All right.
one of the most dangerous stands in part 5 is Notorious B.I.G.
What?
It's because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
untouchable,
Yeah, it is.
uncrushable.
Is he the one that says interior crocodile alligator?
No, that's another
I drive
guy.
a Chevrolet
No,
movie
but-
theater. I don't know.
But that
who does
freestyle, that whole thing, whoever that guy is,
That whole thing's
Super
freestyle.
Nintendo, Sega Genesis, ColecoVision, and Sega Genesis.
yo, the guy who made that joke is awesome.
you're making me
Shout
depressed
out to
with
Will
that.
Sasso.
Well, Sasso, yeah. Is he still alive?
Oh yeah,
He's still
Yeah.
alive.
Well, Sasso? Yeah.
What does he do? Like, I haven't seen him on the internet for like ever.
I think he does radio shit. He still does stand up. He's still in movies.
Funny, he kind of reminds me of Alex Jones. He sort of looks like him a little.
He could totally play Alex
Yo.
Jones in a biopic.
I'm just gonna be real with
How
you for a second here.
underrated
I'm actually
is
a little
the
bit
entirety of the Mad TV cast?
Oh, absolutely. Wait. What era?
All of it.
Even like the 2009 stuff?
Who is the biggest star that ever came out of Mad TV?
Alex Bornstein?
That's
I don't know what
You
the
get-
fuck you're talking
you
about,
get
but
what I'm
let's
saying?
go with that.
Key and Peele.
oh yeah.
Oh, Key and Peele,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
P and Keel, yeah.
Keel and P are the only ones that made it out. Thank you.
Peeling
No, it's
my
Cassiope.
key. Cassiope.
I guess.
You know
I guess
what?
it's Jordan Peele.
I had
He wins.
What was that, Kirby?
I had to look up who actually did Interior Crocodile Alligator, and I forgot about
Thank you.
King
Was
Chip.
that his name?
Yes.
King Chip.
Yeah, King Chip.
The actual
Yeah.
King Chip, bomb
Chip the
big
Ripper.
motherfucker.
all the things he actually does in that. It's a really cool hip hop thing, but that just so happens to be his last line, and it's the funniest shit.
Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a
like he-
Chevrolet movie.
It's like he was
theater.
just trying to
Theater.
rap to the punchline, but he couldn't get there.
I could not think of a word, so I just said theater.
I'm sorry, I really like
No
the
one
Sega
calls it
Genesis
theater.
lines in that
Sega
song.
Yeah.
Nintendo, Sega
Nintendo
Genesis,
Sega Genesis. I love that.
ColecoVision,
He even sounds like
Sega Genesis.
he sounds like he's choking on his own words.
He was well,
No, what? That song was that was from Notorious B.I.G. Yeah, the Nintendo's
well, yeah.
that's the joke.
yeah. Growing up, oh okay, the joke
That's
flew over
the
my head.
joke.
guys, hold on. The best freestyle of all time is Big Shaq's "Man's Not Hot."
That for starters,
yeah.
that's not a freestyle, but it's a great song.
Skidda-bop-bop.
Hanna pum 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 pum.
Muffs.
Okay.
That was on our top
Okay,
100 as well
best-
for some
Yeah,
reason.
probably this year.
All right,
Yeah.
Kirby.
You want to talk about good freestyles? You want to
I've
talk about
been
good
waiting.
freestyles? Papoose
Yes.
alphabetical slaughter.
Papoose.
Papu, as in like from Crash Bandicoot.
No.
Papu,
No, definitely.
Papu. He go, me go like this, Papu.
There was this rapper who was trying to get signed. He was trying to get signed by Jay-Z, named Papoose. I don't know who really signed him afterwards, but he did this song called Alphabetical Slaughter. And basically what he did was a freestyle it was a freestyle where him using words from the first letter that was called out. And he did it from A to Z, and he did it backwards from Z
Oh
to
my
A.
god.
I think that was
That's
I
insane.
think that was a Just
And
Blaze
it's-
beat too. Now that I think of
It was.
I don't remember which one it was,
Ah.
but it is a Just Blaze beat. Yeah, Papoose is really good. Unfortunately, besides that song, he recently redid it, that whole thing, like not too long ago, where he had an entire list of brands like Apple computers, McDonald's, Burger King, shit like that. It's like 100 things on the board, and he just pointed at things and rapped it in a freestyle. It was really cool.
That's cool.
There you go. Oh. What's the next subject, Charles? Bring up something, my boy. You're
okay,
the
so-
head honcho.
So real quick, before we go to the next subject, I do want to say that there is this band I just got into, and I just now figured out that they don't do music anymore, and that makes me sad. Captain Jazz. I just fucking got into them recently, and
Captain Jazz or Captain Jazz?
Captain Jazz, like Captain Crunch.
Like Captain. Yeah, okay.
And they are
like a Max
super
Sabbath
good. They're like an
type
American
thing?
emo band. Huh?
Is that like a Max Sabbath type thing? Like, is it a joke band or?
No, they're like an actual they're like an American emo band, and they are fantastic. Let me just
Okay,
say,
wow.
like,
I was not expecting American emo band from Cap'n Jazz.
Well, yeah, I know.
That's kind of like the point. Is like it's like their name's kind of a joke, but they're best known for like they're one of their one album. No, hold on. So their one album is called is called Schmappin' Jazz.
This sounds like something your grandmother would buy for her cassette.
Schmappin' Schmaz, and it's also called Burritos, Inspiration Point, Fork Balloon Sports, Cards in the Spokes, Automatic Biographies, Kites, Kung Fu, Trophies, Banana Peels we've slipped on, and Eggshells we tippy-toed over, also known as Schmappin' Jazz. That's the whole name of the album.
That's ridiculous, and I love it.
I love it too, and like
that's the thing about metalcore. Like all the bands had to have like
Devil
really
Wears
ridiculous
Prada
names.
had some of the stupidest fucking
Please
names for their
don't say all
songs.
metalcore.
Dogs can grow beards all over.
Please don't say
Also,
don't say all
fucking
metalcore.
Hey John, what's your name again?
Yeah, hey John, Nichols is money too, which is literally
There's
a quote.
two different types of metalcore.
Don't dink and drance.
Yeah, I Wrestled a Bear once had some fucking stupid ones as well.
I mean, one of my favorite songs by one of my favorite bands, Under Oath, is "It's Dangerous Business Walking Out Your Front Door." Or actually, my favorite song by them is "I Got 10 Friends and a Crowbar That Says You Ain't Gonna Do Jack."
I'm so
That's the name of the
right
song.
Now.
They're like paragraphs of just like I love shit like that, like long names for songs that
I can't.
Like, give these guys a listen to. I'm
It's
serious.
not
Like their
all
shit is really
metalcore.
good.
I mean, it's majority.
What, Kirby?
Killswitch Engage never had a funny song name ever.
God damn it, Doom!
Wait, go ahead.
It's like you guys are saying that, you know, these songs are great and they have these long ass names. I keep thinking about people complaining about how animes now have long ass names
have
and
you
no one
seen
likes them.
that? It's just like my mom, my estranged mother from another house now has stronger abilities than I am, or I have, or something. It's like the name of a fucking anime.
Yo,
it
let's
used
make
to
one
be
up.
called Bleach, Naruto, Toe Jam and Earl. You know, like shit like that were real easy.
That's a video game, but okay.
I know exactly. It's basically
It's funny because I'm finally watching. Is it all right to pick up
Girls in a Dungeon or whatever
It is.
Which is such
it's actually really
stupid
fucking good. I underestimated
Hestia
it.
Chesty is the best girl.
I just refer to it as Hestia from Chestia. It's just easier to say that.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what? I keep bringing up this anime, but people still do not talk about it. That one time I got reincarnated.
Oh my
as
god,
slime.
that's in my
That is
queue.
such a good series.
It is such a good
tried getting
series.
into it, but I didn't really like it. But I guess 2 episodes wasn't enough, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't. Okay, like to be real, the first 8 episodes was literally one arc.
Oh, well, there you
It
go.
sounds like a weird fetish anime.
I finally finished the first
It
season of
isn't.
Konosuba because I don't want to watch season 2 till it's dubbed, but I really like
Wait,
it.
have they not? I
Konosuba.
thought they dubbed Konosuba too because I know they're dubbing the movie soon.
But it's not fucking on Crunchyroll. Then
Why do
every
they
other
have to keep doing
language has it.
Konosuba? They can continue with ReZero, which is the better one.
They are.
No,
Jordan,
Konosuba is
But
the
they gotta-
ultimate
they gotta do it
isekai
again.
anime because it changes everything.
Yeah.
It actually makes it interesting.
What?
You
ReZero
do-
does the exact
You
same
only
thing.
like ReZero because your waifu's in it.
No, I like it because it's actually fucking amazing.
And your waifu's in it.
Okay, but I have a question. Have any of you guys seen Isekai Quartet?
Yes.
I
but
love
I've
it.
heard-
Yes, the big
I've-
crossover.
I love it.
I've heard that it's good.
Yeah,
it's very funny.
It's very funny.
It's a funny movie.
It makes me want to see the weird anime about the lolicon Nazi.
Let's talk about.
Oh,
that chick.
Oh,
Yeah,
Titania?
Titania, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Tanya of Evil.
Yeah,
Let's-
that one is actually, I hear, it's pretty good, but it's also
I
pretty
watched
dark.
like 2 or 3 episodes of that. It was alright. It was okay.
But like the one anime people really, I really do suggest people watching is Overlord.
Oh, God, it's so
Overlord's
good.
pretty sweet,
Overlord.
yes.
Overlord
Except
is quite
season
good.
3, I
know
hear it's
that's-
bad.
I know the name of that
Oh
soul.
no, that's making me sad.
I heard season 3 is bad.
Let's
don't
talk
know.
about Shuffle. That was a good show.
About
Oh,
Shuffle.
Fuck.
Shuffle Abridged. That was the best.
Oh,
Oh, by
I thought we were
what's his
talking
name?
about iPod features for a second. No. Thought we were looping this
Fuck.
back
But
to
are you
music.
talking about the one by Scourgemaster?
Yeah, man, my favorite abridgment.
I'm the Scourge Master.
Him and I tried to make this Omar Himari one shot,
yes.
and I was supposed to edit it. And every time I didn't edit it, he'd be like,
Didn't
Zero
I
Energy
fucking
Mari.
do that with you? At the end of the day, wasn't that me and you that did
"No,
that?
it wasn't Omar Himari. We did something else. We did.
What did we do?
You were in an episode of you and Sid replaced characters in my when I made that new episode of Goshishu-sama Nina Mi Akun
That's
Bridge.
what it is. Yeah, Nina, Mina, Mina, Meanie, Meanie, or whatever fucking shit it is.
Me, say what?
Amanda.
It's funny. I remember with that. I lost touch with Chad 676, who originally voiced the main guy, and then I realized as I was writing, I'm like, oh wait, I've replaced him with Jordan. I replaced an Australian with another Australian.
Chair one.
Don't
PS3
worry.
make the best.
Don't
game.
worry, Australians grow on
They do.
trees.
There we are.
They all start
Wait,
off as
after our
Kiwalas, and then they evolve.
After our stupid flood that we had at the start of the year, god fucking damn it.
I will say that Jordan, my 3 favorite voices you've ever done are
I know one of them's got to be the guy that's like, hey, the deep voice or whatever.
It's not actually that guy's not in one of my favorites. I just really like that part.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Talk to you. I can't talk to you. One of my favorites is I can't remember which show it is that you did. You did a couple episodes. It was like a higher pitched voice guy, like a I'm gonna go over there or something. I can't remember.
Oh,
which
Chunibyo,
it
the
was.
fucking
Yeah, that guy. I really like that one. I
don't know
liked
what-
Spit on the floor.
I'm gonna spit.
I liked-
Just spit on the floor. Just spit.
just go away. Just like shit like
Just
that.
spit on the floor.
I liked. I also liked Zanzu because that's a classic.
Oh man, that is a classic. I've done Zansu's voice in so long. That show is dead. Basically, me and Bryce want to bring it back, but we even had this whole thing where he'd come back. We would get a DVD of Dokuro-chan and throw it into the water, and because he's a sailor, he's a seaman. He could wear his navy outfit and just like salute it as it floats away into the sunset. It was gonna be
And then you play the then you play the Birdemic
the
credits.
Birdemic, yeah, it was the Birdemic credits. That's exactly what we were gonna play. The Birdemic credits song.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
yeah, we were gonna do that, but it's so hard because he's never in town and he never brings his fucking sailor uniform with him. I'm like, oh god damn it!
Actually, I
Yo,
think
you should dress him
Jordan,
up as
I
a
followed
Sailor
one of your
Scout
friends on. I think
Fighting evil.
I followed one of your friends on
moonlight.
Twitter who like puts really random posts all the time.
Probably
He was one who responded to like your kind of depressing post earlier today and told you to come. I
Yeah.
can't remember the fuck-
Okay. Yeah. That's. So, hey, we're gonna shout out Brendan on the podcast.
Oh, Brendan, I know
I'm gonna
Brendan.
tell.
What a sweet boy.
I'm gonna. Brendan, I'm gonna fucking post a time thing, and I'm gonna say we shouted you out right now.
He's a very
And
sweet
then
boy.
that's- You don't know
He's a
Brendan.
good boy.
I think I've talked
You've
to him.
never met
I follow
Brendan.
I
No.
love his Twitter account.
No, James. You've talked to James.
I swore I've talked to 2 Australians.
You've never talked to Brendan. Brendan doesn't really pop up in like online here.
Brendan, come on the fucking
Brendan, you're
podcast.
such a
Yeah, that would be
Sweet boy.
funny as shit. Brendan should come up. No, we gotta get James on the podcast first. Also,
Hey guys, we
Kirby's
should
here.
get BruddaKirby on the podcast because he's already fucking here.
All right, actually, Kirby, I gotta call you in on something.
Oh boy.
We had
what did I
one on
do?
Twitter about best girl in Konosuba.
You know what? That came off of me doing a meme, and I was joking about that.
Wait.
Okay, because it was.
And then Tara jumped into it and says that fucking it was Megumin. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course you like Megumin. Was my
Kirby,
first
which one
thought
do you
with her.
like?
I
Okay,
like Darkness.
fuck
I really
yeah,
do like
that's the best
Darkness.
one.
Yeah,
But like,
Darkness has the biggest titties.
I don't know
though,
what
so you
any
have
of
the
this
biggest
is,
titties
but
in the
Kirby
box
is
is
right.
Aqua's the best
masochist.
girl because she's the worst goddess ever. I love it.
Aqua. You like Aqua.
no,
And
but
she
no,
gets
but-
drunk all the
but no,
time.
but But the whole me joking at it, jumping in and what is, it was literally me just joking around and stuff like that because I was just saying, "Oh, look, you're ignoring best girl. She's getting horny over the thing."
She doesn't. She
can I say that on the podcast?
You can say whatever the fuck. Man, we talked about a porn actress just for like 5 seconds before.
Yo, can we get to who?
It's like she's
Hitomi Tanaka on the podcast. Come on, Hitomi Tanaka.
No,
Please,
just like
can we?
it was just like, oh, she's getting off on humiliation. Oh,
Yep,
too late.
That's literally her shtick. Yeah, unless she gets off at like weird shit like that.
Like I didn't like, but the whole thing was like, oh, someone had kidnapped you and was just using your social media to make people think that everything was okay. My first response was not even to even post something about Sundares or Aqua or something like that. My first response was, oh, he's updating his Twitter.
Actually, that's an
What are
interesting.
you talking about? You fucking tweet all the time.
What is?
Let's say one of us was kidnapped. We can say this for everybody. Based off of their Twitter, could we tell if it was somebody trying to pose as them?
Okay, so the thing I would post would be probably I love Nickelback and Foals.
No. Not
would
something
be-
that you would post. Somebody else has taken over your social media.
Oh, and then
So
they
they're
would probably
tweeting
say
as
that,
you. Everybody in the room, do you think you could actually figure out that your friend, aka the person who's in the chat and shit, is kidnapped? Would you be able to tell?
I could.
If they posted
Nope.
like something like, or they used a like particular, I guess, way of speaking online, I guess I could, because like I can tell when someone's upset from the way that they speak, so maybe you could be able to tell if it's someone else talking altogether. I don't know, like
Right.
it's weird.
Guys, I just had a thought. What if this meme becomes a real thing and somebody really does get kidnapped and they respond on Twitter by saying something outlandish they would never say and people start investigating that shit?
Well, I
That'd
mean,
be
they
wild.
probably could.
Is that count as a conspiracy theory?
Yeah.
It's a cry for help.
Yeah, it's
Isn't there like a conspiracy theory about mattresses, like places that sell mattresses or something?
what?
What?
Everything
I saw
is
a video
cyclical
where, like,
on the
that-
podcast.
There was like a conspiracy theory that there's these places that sell like mattresses and stuff, and then there was so many of these places that like, but why would there be so many of these particular
Oh,
mattress
fuck,
places?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I can't remember what video it was. It might have been like a fucking like Shane Dawson thing.
This sounds
ages
like a
ago.
joke.
But he's a
you know what?
conspiracy theorist dude anyway, so like that.
I think they talked about it on the H3 podcast. That's why. I know
Oh
that.
yeah, it was.
Can
it
somebody
was.
explain the fucking mattress conspiracy to me?
Okay, so
Okay.
quick and short, the whole thing was that there was so many of this particular branded place that sold mattresses everywhere in like over, I don't know, the town that they lived in. I don't know if that was exactly it, but like they were like confused as to why there was so many, because why would you have so many of this one place that sell mattresses? No one just goes to buy mattresses from this one place.
Because they
Like, there
know
was no
that
sales.
that town has a lot of cocaine involved.
Yes,
and people
that's
need
exactly
to
what they were
sleep.
saying. It's something to do with drugs. I'm pretty sure. Zero, was that right? That they were talking about drugs or something? Like,
I
there's
think,
like
it was like a front for a drug ring or something.
yeah.
But
that
like
was- oh,
the
my
business
God.
for
I'm
the
not even saying
mattresses
that.
was so good.
I'm saying maybe you got a town of wild fucking people that don't sleep enough. Like the average, like 70.
But it was. But you were like half right though. Like
Yeah, your whole town has a cocaine problem. Everybody's up for 49 hours at a time. Y'all need
The
good
mattress firm.
mattresses.
Oh my god, there's a blog for this. The mattress firm conspiracy blog.
Yo, I
What
got a
the
mattress firm in my town.
Yeah.
it's a conspiracy.
It's
Oh
all a
man.
conspiracy. Speaking of conspiracies,
Oh,
I
shit.
wanted to go back to
Guys,
something because I
mattress
wanted to
firm
bring
is
this.
at my front door. I think they're onto us.
They're on to you.
Okay, here it is from an article. Mattress firm is some sort of giant money laundering scheme. They are fucking everywhere and they're always empty. I remember seeing 4 mattress firms all on each corner of an
That's it.
intersection once.
That's the
There's
one.
no
That's the
way
exact
there is
one.
such a demand for mattresses.
Exactly. They keep the drugs inside the mattresses.
All right, mattress firm CEO, come on the podcast and explain
On
yourself.
the
Mattress
podcast.
firm CEO. Can I get a bed, please? Can I get a purple bed?
Can I have a
please?
good? My mattress fucking sucks. I want a new one.
See,
Charles, you were gonna say something before.
Oh yeah. So it was back on the conspiracy theory thing, which relates to this. I have a conspiracy theory, and this is gonna sound interesting, but I believe in doppelgangers, guys. Like,
Oh
I,
yeah, 100%.
yeah, somebody really likes Jordan Peele.
No, it's not even a Jordan Peele thing. No,
Everything
this
is
is actually related to
cyclical on the
something
podcast.
very fucking recent. No. You need to understand. This scared the shit out of me when a friend of mine. So, one of my friends on Facebook actually came to me saying that one of these content creators that she watches looks exactly like me, and it blew my mind when I saw it.
I saw this. He looks very
so
similar.
I'm going to attach it to Twitter. There's 4 pictures I have referenced with me.
He looks like
I'm
a
not kidding
fusion of you and James. Like
so-
Hyperion James, like you and him fused together. That was your son.
It's so fucking freaky.
This
like,
guy?
No, just look at. There's more pictures in the actual post.
Wait,
He
fuck,
does
hold
look
on.
like you. It's like a fusion of.
He
Oh my
looks
Jordan,
god!
like
can you please put
in
these pictures on the
one
screen?
Photo.
What'd you say?
He looks like
Can you please put these photos on the screen when he's talking about this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
put
of
them-
course.
put them
just
up for
cut out the
reference.
ones that are specifically of his face. Dude, one of these
Yeah.
photos looks like you.
I'll put a
Yeah,
picture
but
of
it's
Charles
so,
and
like,
also him
close.
together.
It like disturbs the shit out of me though.
Dude,
That
literally
angle very
only-
much does though.
Only the one from the Instagram looks like you. And it's really not even that. It's
Like-
just like the eyes and the hair and the shape of the head. I swear
think he
that's
looks
all
like him
it
a little.
is.
It's just like that.
No,
it's
like
just like that
I'm not
one,
kidding you. Like when my friend showed me this, I started thinking like Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie Enemy. Like who the
Or-
fuck is that? I'm gonna start pursuing him, and I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole, and then my wife is gonna be eaten by a giant fucking spider.
Or it's that movie Brothers with Jake Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire, who look incredibly fucking similar. Yo, they were doppelgangers of each other.
Or maybe it's that new maybe it's the new Ang Lee movie with Will Smith, with the 2 Will Smiths.
Oh, everything's just Gemini Man.
one
Gemini Man.
one Will Smith is enough. Please.
Wait, why are we talking about a Mega Man boss now?
Not everything is Mega Man.
No, Gemini Man actually is a Mega Man boss.
What if that's actually what the movie is, and Gemini Man is setting up the Mega Man?
Oh my god,
expanded
Charles, you do
universe?
look like this guy.
Right?
Except he looks
I don't see
except
it.
he
I
looks
see it in
way
one
nerdier
picture.
than you.
A perfect
He
thing
looks
to
way
say.
nerdier.
Okay, people who are watching this on the podcast, like let's see what you guys think. Do I look like this guy? Does this guy look like me?
Shut-
This
Am I
guy looks
crazy?
like an ugly version of
For
you,
starters,
Charles.
is
That's
it-
what I'm
someone-
saying.
That's what
Someone's
people are
First picture
saying.
from the TV with the guy's mouth open. That's bullshit. Because I can't relate to that because I've never seen you with your mouth open. All right.
Someone has
do you-
asthma as well, by the way. I can see that. There's a little puffer right in front of the old TV. But yeah, no, I think you do look like him. Specifically in that photo, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think the one from
Absolutely.
Instagram with the guy and the 2 chicks is
Yeah,
the only one
exactly.
that remarkably looks like him.
Okay,
You've
we haven't
the
seen
only
him with the mouth
this
open.
one where the guy's holding the big stupid sword. You've made that face, but that doesn't look like you.
It's like,
You
it's like,
made
it's like
that
this whole
face.
thing, like that YouTube poop of what was it? It was Uncle Grandpa. It's all black people leave the store now.
All black-
It sounds
oh my
like
God.
that
No,
was your
I
voice.
actually do. I do, in fact, sound like that guy. It's
Yeah. I'm like,
who
it's
pointed that out? Was
Charles.
that you or
It
was
was
that
me.
Johnny?
It was me. And then Johnny's like, "What the fuck? It is. It's Charles."
Yo, Charles,
God,
you need to explain yourself on that line, fam.
Okay. Okay, so listen, there's this Uncle Grandpa YouTube poop from who is it? Who does it?
2005 2015. Sorry.
From like
It was like
2015, and
Diet
it's
Coke. It was like
and it's like the
Diet Coke or
mustache
whatever.
cream episode. And at one point, there's like a part where like Pizza Steve gets on like the intercom because he needs to make a distraction or whatever, and they edit it in with this guy saying, "All black people leave the store now," and it sounds exactly like me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I've never said that once in my entire
nice
life.
cover. Where were you back in 2015? And you
I
need to
was
tell
in
me because
fucking
I didn't
Walmart,
know.
and I wasn't that ballsy back then.
It was just so weird. Like that line had no like cohesion to anything, but it sounded like Charles.
Well, you know what? Well, Kirby, you heard the man. Better leave the store.
Yeah,
but
the
actually,
music plays after it. The doo 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 doo.
CSI.
but actually, guys,
Internet
we're
division.
we're getting close to time, so
We-
I have one
we
final
in
topic
fact
that I
are
want to
getting
ask
close to
Kirby.
the time.
So,
That's a
Kirby-
note to end on, though.
so you being
Oh,
you being a fellow streamer and
Hmm.
like let's player and all that stuff, this is something that's been bothering me, and I want to get your perspective on it. So, I think it was 4 or 5 days after Kill La Kill If came out, Arc System Works decided to tell everybody, don't stream story mode. Basically putting a stream embargo on it. And I bought the game and I was going to stream it. This has happened a few times before.
Okay.
I want to get your perspective on these, because I think it's fucking stupid, because...
I think it's dumb too.
I don't know.
You know what? It's okay. I'm of two minds of this, and I want to try to get this out as clear as possible, so we don't go over time. On one hand, I understand completely, because I'm one of those people who thinks that you shouldn't do videos of a game within like a month or so of it coming out. At least give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks for people to get their money together and to sit here and buy the game and experience it for themselves. This is also a reason why when I do like story-heavy Let's Plays and stuff like that, I skip the cutscenes, because I say like, look, at this point in time, the game's been out for a while. Buy the game, experience the story for yourself. You're here to see the gameplay and all that stuff. And so I think of that. On the other hand, there's a lot of games that come out that are just perfect stream fodder. This will further not only the brand that they have, but like, you know, promote like an entire community. And I want to say this on record that I think that the fighting game community has been suffering a lot.
They really like. I was looking at Twitch today, and the like lowest of the low games that were being streamed were Tekken, Street Fighter, and Smash. They were all very low followers, like 2,000 people were watching something, and all the top obviously were Fortnite, Dota, LOL, shit like that. But no, I agree with you. The fighting game sort of scene is like, at least on like streaming wise, is sort of like very dead.
So this is the thing that bothered me about it, is that they put an embargo only on story mode, but of course you have to play story mode to unlock the characters. But the thing that really doesn't bother me is, you know what, with some games, I get it. I understand you don't want people to get spoiled. Kill La Kill's anime came out in 2013.
Yeah,
it's been out for 6 years.
Okay, so I want to counteract that and say that the way they were framing the story mode was that that the story mode was not based on the anime per se, but based on a different perspective of the anime. So it was going to go off of, like, if you were to say the perspective of the anime was from Ryuko's perspective, the game is based off of Sasuke's.
But I mean, like, it's the same story essentially.
It is the same story, but it goes to the point where it's just like, okay, what are they going to do different? Is there something different in the story itself that could be explained in like in a cutscene or something like that? Or maybe there was a plot point that they didn't get to cover, and they just wanted to actually, you know, do it in the game because they can do it in fighting games. Because fighting games, in terms of story, fighting games has been really good about that.
But there's like, even I've noticed it with some games, there's no screen recording option on the PS4. So, you know, if you screen record, it'll say it's cancelled at this one particular point for cutscenes.
Games have been doing that for a while, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But the problem here is now they're saying, you know, they're basically saying, like, if you do this, we might take your channel down.
Yeah, that's absolutely horrendous.
And you know what? Arc System Works did it once before, because they did a streaming or Let's Play embargo on one of the BlazBlue games.
Yeah,
they announced their embargo well after the game was released. Somebody already had a full playthrough. Their entire channel got suspended for a playthrough. And it took the person like months to get their channel back. So my main problem here is, if you're gonna have an embargo, make it when the game comes out. Tell people before the game comes out, so that we can make an informed decision if we're going to buy it.
Yeah, that's smart.
There's people like me I'm going to play the game regardless, but I kind of wanted to stream the story mode for people so they could get you know,
an idea.
Because people like to see my reactions and stuff too. Especially because people know I love Trigger and Kill La Kill, and Gurren Lagann's my favorite anime of all time. So people know that I like this shit.
To Gurren Lagann, by the way.
The thing about it that pissed me off is just that they waited till after people bought the game.
Yeah.
And then decided to say, sorry, you can't use this for your thing that you were going to use it for
Bye.
But feel free to unlock all the characters and do versus matches. It's like at that point, it's like, well, fuck, you're saying one mode of the game's cool, but this one that I specifically and other people wanted to stream or do let's plays of, that one's not cool, and you'll threaten to take our channels down if we do it. It's just so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I will admit that that is bad business, and a lot of companies do, especially Japanese companies, do not know how to handle their fan base and people who enjoy their games and stuff like that. And you know what? In ArcSys' defense, it might have not even been ArcSys that said it.
It's not. It's definitely not Trigger because they've done it with previous games that had nothing to do with with licenses. Like I said, that Blaze Blue thing. They did that. And like just going back to the whole Persona 5 streaming embargo they did on story mode, at least they told people up front before the game came out that they were doing that.
Yeah, it's at the end it's just how it's was delivered rather than just, you know.
It sucks because I'm like, I really want to get River City Girls when it comes out, but part of me is like, I don't really think I feel like supporting anything that Arc System Works puts out right now because I feel like I got burned. So
it might just be Arc System Works, though. You know?
Again, I really doubt it's Trigger, and I've talked, and I know people who know some of the people who work there, and they're not those kind of people.
Okay.
So I understand how you feel and stuff like that. I like when it comes to games and stuff like that. What it boils down to, and I've been like this, especially with, you know, speaking of gaming controversies, everything with Sword and Shield. I tell people, are you going to buy it? Yes or no?
Shield?
Yeah, there's massive fucking.
We don't have the podcast left to talk about.
I'm actually going to visit. I'm actually going to visit CJ next weekend, and we're going to do a Hunter-based podcast specifically talking about all the Pokemon shit.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Like
and
in short, dude, without going
into the Noise Boys universe.
Yeah. In short, like I'll say in short, they've made decisions to cut a few Pokemon, a fair few Pokemon from this game, and they're going to put them in the Z game. You know, like when there's usually there's like X, Y, and then they'll put Z in the game.
No, I don't think that's what they're doing. I think they're just not making a national Pokemon.
That's not what they're doing.
Didn't they actually make a statement saying that they're making a third game eventually and they'll all be in that? What?
No.
I swear I read something about that.
Link us an article if you can find it. But.
No.
Oh, I don't even know where the fucking article is now, but yeah.
Their official statement on that was that they wanted to make the Pokemon world feel more organic, and so they wanted to have Pokemon who are there by region due to, you know, because people tend to forget that Pokemon are two things. They're sentient beings. Everything's just whatever. They also forget that these are animals. These things migrate. They do things like that.
I guess it wouldn't make sense to have all 900 Pokemon in one area. Or
just in one game.
One game. And it's a lot, like, trust me, it'd be a fucking lot of work. So I understand why that they've chose to cut. But there are some things I don't agree with, like Dynamaxing is fucking stupid. I hate the idea. But anyway, we can't talk about that.
Could you guys imagine when the third gen games came out and people, like, if the outrage culture was like this? Because they did the same thing in third gen.
Yeah, they did, exactly. They did the same thing, but no one batted an eye until Emerald, because Emerald allowed them to transfer things from Fire Red Leaf Green, because Fire Red Leaf Green came out, so they could bring all the old Pokemon back. Like, that I don't know why it's such a bad idea now. Yes, I'm a little bit, like, skeptical about it, but it was more about the Dynamaxing, because I thought it was a trash idea, in my opinion.
I don't know, man.
But anyway.
Well, I look at it like this: the average Pokemon game, and I am a Pokemon nerd for those who don't know. The average Pokemon game, whenever they introduce a new region, have between 100 and 150 new Pokemon, roughly added.
That's usually the average.
Yeah. And the way they used to handle it was just like, oh, transfer up. That's fine. But now they've stated, and they went on record, said they want the world to feel more like the Pokemon world, and so they're limiting what Pokemon that you can get within this region. It makes no sense for this kid who recently, even if he just became the champion, he or she became the champion, to suddenly have Pokemon from this Japanese place off in the distance.
That's cool, actually.
So they have Pokemon from not only the Galar region, which is the region that they're based in, but the people who've been looking at the trailers and studying stuff like that notice that they have Pokemon from Kanto because they always do Pokemon from the last game into it. Last game was Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, so there's Pokemon from Kanto, but there's a lot of Kalos Pokemon, which was France. And France is close to England.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is going to be
And
a
then there's also
What
a lot
generation was
of-
Kalos again?
Introducing a lot of Pokemon that apparently have Galar forms that were like Zigzagoon, Linoon, and now Obstagoon.
Kind of like what they did with.
But that.
Can we talk about Gene Simmons?
I want
Pokemon?
that
hate
fucking
that.
Pokemon so bad.
I
already
like
liked
Gene
Linoon,
Simmons.
but I already liked
want my
Linoon,
Doug
but now I
Dimmadome-
love this
my
new
Doug
one.
Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Dimmadome.
Weezing.
Yeah, that
Wheezing.
confuses me a lot
Man,
too.
I got into a rant about how this against someone. It was an old friend of mine, and I guess we're still kind of friends and stuff like that. I'm just not dealing with them, the group anymore. But like, I got into it in complete rant about how people don't understand what the cultural significance behind Galar wheezing, and they just been making a lot of jokes and stuff like that.
I've seen like one picture.
I'm still calling it Top Haddington when I catch one.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. People can call it whatever. I see people going to call it Doug Dimmadome. They want to call it whatever it was.
Xcaliborg.
They want to call it Mr. Monopoly. I've seen that before.
Bong.
But people also call it a bomb. But what it is a reference to Chimney
Oh wait,
Sweeps.
that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah.
And people have been talking about it. It was like, no, but what about its markings and stuff like that? It looks
That's
like a bow
what
tie
they
and a
are.
tuxedo. First off, no. Chimney Sweeps did not wear tuxedos and bow ties. Tuxedos did not appear until America until 1888. For those who don't know, and it was an American thing to make them look
I
better.
want to wear a tuxedo right now.
They're very nice, actually.
I love tuxes. Yeah,
They are nice.
Yeah, well, without
But,
going
like-
way too far into it, I know we already sort of have gone a little bit over, but who cares? But yeah, I think in retrospect, I think they're not doing anything inherently wrong. They're trying new things. I just don't like Dynamaxing at all. That's just a silly thing. I don't like it.
I think it's awesome. I don't know why everybody hates it.
I fucking think it's shit as fuck.
I don't think there's an issue with putting certain Pokemon in certain games and not in the others. Like that's what Red and Blue was. That was part of the thing of Red and Blue was, there were a lot of Pokemon that didn't transfer over. So maybe you got to get other games.
Well, you mean like Crystal? Well, like Red and Blue was only 150.
He's talking about version exclusives.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Version exclusives have always been a thing. I don't think there's ever been a gen that they've not had one. Like
They
exclusives.
never did a Smash
Like,
Brothers
one game
where you can get everything.
Smash Brothers. Yeah,
Smash
Melee was
we're
supposed
bringing
to not.
everybody back.
Yeah, well, Melee was supposed to not have Marth and Roy, and then they added them at the end because they were going to be Japanese exclusives. But they're like, fuck it, we'll put it in the game. And now they're like fan favorites.
Right, but that's
So,
what I'm
like,
saying about Pokemon. They never just said like, "Hey, we're bringing everything. You can literally catch everything in one game." They've never done that yet.
Well, no. Well, I mean, I think it.
Nar.
I don't think they have. No, I
Naruto.
don't think they have. Naruto, so
But, like, I just think that because of what Zero said, the outrage culture, it's just gone too far. Because I've seen a lot of stuff that's happening, and I'm going to be kind of bummed about part of that the Hunter Base podcast. But I know that's a Zero CJ
I
thing.
was
But
about
like,
to tell you
there-
when the game comes out and we played it, I'm going to do another podcast with you involved because I know you got a
Hell
lot
yeah.
to say.
Hell yeah, man.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it on launch. I'm gonna go through it and I'm gonna play through it and stuff like that. I'm not gonna definitely take my time like I did
Now
with Let's Go
remember to
Pikachu.
Well, man,
subscribe to the Hunter Base
man,
podcast.
I'm glad you took your time with it.
Yeah,
I'm glad
fuck
that
it.
you enjoyed it.
I'm enjoying it, but I'm taking the slowest of times with it and stuff like that. Normally, I blow through a Pokemon game within like 6-8 hours and stuff like that. I just beat
Yeah,
Legend
Yeah,
of
I'm
Search.
only
like,
at
for anybody
right
who
now.
doesn't know, I made an Oni Rokaku bet and told Kirby when he buys a Switch, I will buy him a copy of Let's Go Pikachu. And and he took the bait, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta do that then.
Nice.
Let's get Oni on the podcast at some point.
Oh my god, that would be the worst
Or
podcast.
it's not.
Let's get
I really
Oni.
don't care.
Let's get Oni. Let's get Oni NG
That's what I
on the
was talking
pod.
about. Let's get Oni NG.
Can we get Oni and Oni NG?
I
Can we
don't
get
think
Oni
I would
Rakaku
survive.
I
and
don't know
Oni
if Oni. I don't think Oni NG is gonna.
He's hanging out with
Oni
his
NG,
beautiful
come on the
girlfriend and they're doing
podcast.
stuff.
Also, Oni Rakaku, come on the podcast.
But only if you're gonna play
Charles,
Oni
I think-
NG.
I think it's about time because I'm
Yeah,
running
we-
out
we
of
gotta wrap
TikTok
it
time
up.
for I got work happening soon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I gotta get the big sleep.
I need to get.
The big
No,
sleep.
no,
That's called death.
don't-
That is called death, Charles. Don't die.
Nobody get the big sleep tonight.
Okay.
So
Charles, I
before
want you to
the
stay
big
alive,
before
please.
the big sleep, we shouldn't forget Kirby. What do you want to promote? Where can people find you?
Yeah, where can we find you, Curbs?
You can always find me, BruddaKirby. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Patreon. You can find me on
That's true.
Bandcamp because I do
All right,
albums
you do.
every
You
now
come
and
on, we
then.
gotta
Kirby.
talk about your music for sure.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely,
Hell yeah.
I would love to
Kirby,
talk about
definitely post those links, like, I don't know, in this chat here. We'll keep the chat open on Discord or whatever. Post them in and I'll definitely link them in the description. And I'll make sure the episode is called Look into the Description or something. Just
Kirby,
not as a joke, but
Kirby,
why not?
anything you want to say to the Noise Iples? That's our fan base.
Is it?
We have a more creative name.
Is that-
We
is
have
that
more
what you-
creative name
is that
coming
what you
soon,
call them?
guys.
Yeah, TM trademark. I don't know if we have.
Yeah, I just stay cool. That's
Yep, I
my
love
message to everyone.
Good, simple.
There's
I
no
love it.
there's no, just relax, have fun with that life because things are happening, the world's scary and stuff like that. But if everyone just chill out,
As
everything
Far
will be
From Keen
cool.
once
Just be-
said,
That's how I
life's
feel.
too short to be pissed off all the time.
Who said that?
The band Far From Keen.
I thought you
They were a
said. I thought
band
you
that I
said
knew in high
Keemstar.
school.
I thought Keemstar.
No.
Keemstar has never said that before.
Keemstar's never said
Keemstar's
that.
never
I
said
think
that.
I think
Cool.
if there's anybody watching your podcast who knows who Far From Keen is, they'll be like,
All right.
All right.
Oh, cool.
So that will do it for today's episode. Zodiac Escobar, play those sweet beats that give us the outro. Go!
Okay, so I guess not everybody's saying bye this time.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
doesn't matter.
good job, Charles.
Wait,
Oh.
we'll just keep
That-
it going. Let's just do it now.
Let's do it
Okay,
now.
bye,
Let's do it now.
everyone.
Bye.
Thanks for listening.
I'm the
Zodiac
noise
Escobar,
boy
yeah,
from
do
the
that thing I
north.
told you.
Zeromaster.
Boys boy from the Zodiac Escobar, play us out. Kirby, say something real quick. Zodiac Escobar, play us out.
I'm Kirby.
I'm Kirby.
I'm
Go,
sorry.
Zodiac, go. What are you drinking? Play us out.
Yo, will y'all cheese Danishes please shut the fuck up and let me do the outro? Shit.
Stop just sitting there.
It's like you guys
get
keep
him to the
saying.
mic. We'll start the fucking SoundCloud. It'll start. Just go on. Go.
Thanks for coming to the Noise Cast. I really hope that you had a blast. Sorry that the fun had to end. And we were just chilling with our buttholes hanging out all in your face. And it's what we do every single fucking week, motherfucker. Yeah, that got really dark really quick. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Bye.
Oh my god, everything is fucking cyclical because we YouTube pooped the fucking end of the show too.